Good evening. God bless you. Welcome back. I'm Zach. This is episode number 13, the Health, Wealth, and Happiness series. Um, Today we are on the second day of my fast. In the first 10 or 11 videos in this series, I just built myself up, prepared myself um, mentally. I was cutting out some bad habits. I was thinking about my health and my finances and like the e-cigarette was costing me money, so let's get rid of that. It's unhealthy anyway. um the caffeine was causing me to have some sleep issues, which fasting, you sleep great while you're fasting. Just the body just goes into recovery mode. And so the combination of the cutting out the caffeine and then fasting all day yesterday for 24 hours. Then when I went to sleep last night, I slept so good when my alarm went off. I hadn't woke up all night, and I was like, "Whoa!" I was out. Um, so, want to talk a little bit about what goes through your mind and how you can deal with the issues while you're fasting. Yesterday, hard charging, felt great all day. You still have the glycogen in your muscles and your liver, so you're just living off the sugar you ate the day before. The carbohydrates, which all carbohydrates turn to glycogen in your body and um, get started in your liver and your muscles. Anyway, so yesterday felt great. Did a hard workout at the gym. Felt great today. Felt great, but didn't have that super energy like I'm going to be pumping iron. Well, then a big snowstorm hit, and I had to make a game time decision, and I just came straight home. I didn't go. I don't. The gym's only 5, maybe 8 minute drive from my house, but to get there and back in the snow with my little car, I was a little skeptical. So, not too bummed out though, because like I said, not super amped with energy today anyway. So we'll see if the snow's gone tomorrow. I can at least get a little workout in tomorrow. I don't have to step it up so hard because I'm feeling my body really switched over to burning fat for fuel. And so it takes your time, it takes your body some time to learn how to burn the fat at a high level to give you a high level of energy. So, having said all that, let's go into Isaiah 41, verse 10. Very popular, very common Bible verse about fear. So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will listen. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. So just another part of my belief system in God and the Bible, and I hope you can have an interest in the Word of God as well. It's carried me through my life very, very well. It's if nothing else, it's kept me from being a complete psychopathic maniac, which many people believe I may be anyway. So the Word of God has toned that down a bit. So I'm 48. Well, I'm not quite 48 hours into the fast because I started at 9:30. So I'm 46 hours into the fast. A couple times during the day, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna make this after work to eat, and then I'm like, oh yeah, wait, no, I'm fasting. I had one where your stomach just a little hungry. Wasn't really hungry, just felt my stomach do that. So it could have just been some more cleansing out. Did not use. I mean, I urinated many, many, many times a day. I drank my 20-ounce tea in the morning. I mixed a black tea and green tea in a big coffee mug and drank that. Then I used a 20-ounce water bottle at work. I drank that 4 times, so I drank 80 ounces of water, and now I'm drinking about a 10-ounce mug of the Nighty Night tea. So that's 110 ounces, and then I'll probably drink another maybe 20 ounces of water, 40 ounces of water before I go to bed. So it's feeling like enough. My urine is on the way clear side, so I know I'm hydrated. So like I said, more than counting the water ounces, just monitor the urine, because if you pee clear and don't drink any water for another like 4 hours, you're still going to be peeing clear if you urinate again. So once you pee clear, you're hydrated, you can tone down the water for a while. Like I said, I'm not using the electrolytes on this fast because it's only 4 days. When I fast like 10 or 15 or 20 days, then I use fasting salts, they're called. You can buy them on Amazon. You can get just electrolyte replacement. But the fasting salts are specifically designed to replace the sodium, magnesium, potassium that you lose while fasting. All this water is just flushing it out. And then it's in the right amounts already. So you just take the pills, and it's a lot of them. You take like 6 big capsules of salt pills, like 4, 5, 6 times a day. And I don't know. I've been back and forth on using those. I feel fine without them, and I actually feel kind of woozy with them. That's on different fasts I've tried. So I guess I'm just bringing it up in case people have fasted and used those. Do what you do. So I weighed myself at the beginning of the fast. I was 270, and I have a 24-hour wait here and a 48-hour wait, even though I wasn't quite there yet. And then I'm going to have my 72-hour wait tomorrow after work. And then Friday night, I'll weigh in for the last time right before I eat the vegetable broth. And then I'm gonna tell you guys the weights, and I'll say that all in a row. And then we'll keep that as our baseline for while we're eating over the 4 days, which I didn't really time it out. I wasn't realizing when I started the series that Christmas was going to be on one of my eating days. Well, at least it wasn't on one of my fasting days. So Sunday, I'll be going to my family's for Christmas with all my kids, and my father is still alive, and my sister will be there, and all of my nieces and nephews, her kids, and her husband. So it's going to be a great Christmas, and I'm going to try to focus on just the family and the gathering and the love and the sharing of family time. But I am going to eat. It's going to be an eating day, so I'll break it in Friday night. I'll eat all day light Saturday, maybe even lighter than I was planning, because I was planning the fruit juice, the salad, and the vegetables that I had cooked to make the vegetable broth the night before, and then maybe some protein snacks in the middle, or an apple, or there's going to be more than just those 3 meals. Maybe add up to you don't have to count calories, but if you want to, like I'm 200, and like I said, I started out at 270 pounds. So I mean, if I eat 2,000 calories a day with my going to the gym and being on my feet at work, I mean, I would lose a lot of weight. Some people would gain weight on 2,000 calories. So the calories is, and plus if you're eating very, very low carb, then the calories also really wouldn't matter. If you're on a vegetarian diet, I mean, I saw a video of a woman that eats like over 4,000 calories a day, all vegetarian, and she's very skinny, healthy body. So the calories really don't matter that big a deal. But if you want a ballpark number of estimate, that's probably where I'll shoot for on Saturday, where the vegetable broth will be hardly anything, and the salad will be a few hundred calories, and those other vegetables will be a few hundred. I could maybe throw in another potato or something and boost up the calories, and then I'll probably have a little, maybe, I don't know if I want to try some cottage cheese or whatever that day to boost up the protein intake. But then, like I said, Sunday, I'll probably skip breakfast, maybe even skip lunch, because Christmas, it'll be like dinner, 5, 6 o'clock, and I'll probably just eat the whole 2,000 calories right then and there, which I've done before is actually more effective. If you've done OMAD, the 1 meal a day. When I said I've done this fast before, where I fasted 3 days and I ate 4 days, I forgot to mention on the 4 days I only ate OMAD. So I fasted from Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, 72 hours later. So I ate one big meal Thursday night, like 7:30, like now 6 or 7, whatever. And then so Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, ate those 4 big meals, and then didn't eat anything Monday, Tuesday until Wednesday again. So it's a 72-hour fast with actually 5 meals, right? Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. No, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So yeah. So, and I lost, like I said, like 45 pounds in 2 months. So I'm planning, I'm assuming that fasting 4 days instead of 3, and then eating the same amount of calories I did on that, because I would eat until I was just like one big meal until I was stuffed, but I would calculate it out like 2,000-ish calories. Sometimes I couldn't quite eat that much because when you eat it all at once, it is a lot to eat at once. But I was working out and I was walking and hiking a lot, putting a lot of miles on the road. So I wanted to have those calories in me to be able to make it through the 3 days off to continue to work out and hike and stuff. So there ain't too much to it. The fasting days are pretty boring. I just work my 12 hours. I skip the gym, feeling good anyway. I actually have like a ab stimulator on right now that's flexing my abs and burning some calories, and it's just real light, but it's better than nothing. It's flexing. It's just like flexing a muscle, and burning a little calories. So that's I guess that'll be my workout for today. I'm a little off my game right now because I skipped the gym, so I'm home way too early, and I'm like, my God, what am I going to do for the next 3 hours till I go to bed? I'm already drinking my sleepy time tea, so if I get tired, I'm just going to go to bed early. But I'll probably just cruise the internet a little bit here, probably read the Bible for a couple 10 minutes, maybe listen to some Audible books. I got back into the one of the commenters was talking about Stoicism. So I got back into the Meditations of Marcus Aurelius, and I realized I didn't have that exact book. It was like a book about that book, but it covered the entire book as well, but just added more commentary, I guess, or it was pretty much quoting straight from the book. But let's see. I really liked it. It's right here. How to Think Like a Roman Emperor. The Stoic Philosophy of Marcus Aurelius. And it's by Donald Robertson. So I picked that back up, and I'm on chapter 4 of 8. So I'll probably knock some more of that out. But just having covered a few chapters of it already, it's like I was saying, it's just that ability to, equating it to the Bible and not changing my religion just because I listened to a book about Stoicism. It's just the calm, the not overreacting. What do they call it? It's almost like trying to think of the word they commonly use in here. It's their whole kind of philosophy. It's just the moral values. I can't think of the word they use though. I mean, how to tolerate pain. Anyway, I'll listen to some more of that, and I'll be a little more wordy about it next time. Maybe a little more. I don't want to say knowledgeable because it's like poetry to me. It's another angle of something of you to look at. So 48 hours in, my body's like in autophagy, ketosis. It's burning fat for fuel. It's starting to reduce my overall insulin levels at this point of a fast. I'm trying to think. There's charts online. You could look them up. It gives you a whole breakdown. There's the schools canceling. Then you go into cell rejuvenation, and like your immune system is just really rebuilding and repairing itself. And like I said, with the autophagy, your body's just destroying the weak cells and cleaning itself out. And I said we're going to keep an eye on this. And it's been 48 hours. And I must say it is a little better. I can notice the difference. Just a little less red. It's a little more like it, because it's kind of like psoriasis, where it's hard to tell on this video. But if you know what psoriasis is, it's almost like the skin is like snake skin. It's just like the kind of skin grows over skin, and then you pick the skin up, and it turns red. Well, now it's kind of like the skin is growing over already, just from 48 hours. So I bet you we'll see what happens in 2 more days. I bet you it's a lot better. And who knows? I might even, depending on how I feel. Don't hold me to this one, but since it's going to be Christmas weekend anyway, I might not eat like Friday night. I might. Oh my god, my phone's blowing up. I might just come home and have my tea and go to bed like normal Friday night. And so instead of a 96-hour fast, maybe it'll be more in a, maybe it'll be more like a 110 or something or whatever when I wake up the next day and start it then, just to get a little more of a fast in, because once because I'm feeling so good and it's so easy and I'm not hungry. Once you burn, like I said, you're gonna burn just sitting around doing nothing. That jelly roll I got is reducing by about uh, a half a pound a day, probably even a little more for me. Let's just see, like I said, a pound of fat has 3,500 calories, so you divide that by two is only 1,750. I guarantee you, my body can't see it, is burning more than 1,750 calories a day just to live. Um, my basal metabolic rate, like when I have one of those like $100 scales, but you can just Google it and put in some equations and it'll put in some numbers and it'll give you a rough estimate of what you're burning a day. And I want to say I'm more at like 2,200, 2,300 for my size and for my physical activity level. I mean, that's not counting your physical activity. That's just like your base metabolic rate that you're going to be burning to just lay around and do nothing. So that's why I say if I eat 2,000 calories, that's just like breaking even. And then anything I do, like go to work or go to the gym or walk around a block or do some sit-ups or do some push-ups or do some jumping jacks, just standing. Just like if you're sitting around the house and you want to lose weight, stand up. Like just stand and watch. If you're gonna sit there and watch TV, stand and watch TV. Or I shouldn't even say watch TV because I very rarely watch TV. I watch like a video on Netflix or something on my laptop when I go to bed sometimes, but otherwise I'm like trying to improve myself in some way more productive than just sitting in front of the idiot box, as they used to call it. So, all right, we're coming up on 20 minutes. I think that's a good enough amount for just hey, I'm fasting still. I'm feeling good. Like I said, my mind is kind of catching myself. I'm not even remembering I'm fasting. I'm like, let's just stop at the grocery store and pick up a steak, and then I'm like, oh wait, I'm fasting. I didn't eat all day, and I don't even realize it. I'm not even thinking about that. It's so easy for me to fast at work. You just stay busy, do your thing, and just don't go to the lunchroom. In my job, there's a big lunchroom with all the microwaves and tables and fridges and stuff. Everybody, big like a vending machines, whatever. But it's not. It's like just an open market, I think it's called. Anyway, just don't go in there and just keep doing my thing. And the day is gone. A 12-hour shift, and the working 12 hours helps a lot for fasting too, because compared to 8-hour shift, it's just burning up 4 more hours of your day that you might have been tempted to eat, and making more money. So talking about the health and the wealth. I mean, the part about wealthy that I really want to come across is what I'm trying to say, as far as not like, oh, money is going to make you happy, but if you just stop wasting all your money, you'd have so much. I mean, most Americans probably have more than enough to start piling up some cash. But I mean, even the people that you think you're poor, it's like you're not. Get rid of that $150 a month cell phone bill and your cigarettes, your alcohol, your drugs. Like these things all cost a lot. You're living in poverty, but you're spending enough money on stuff that's just completely destroying your body to have a decent savings going. Trying to fix my little unit here. Got to start working the abs again. There we go. Got my U.S. paratrooper veteran shirt on. Was in the 82nd Airborne Division. Was pretty have a little pride for having served in that unit. Bunch of cool guys I was in there with. It was a long time ago. I don't even hardly identify with having been there. I mean, it's literally just feels like several lifetimes ago. Everything I've been through and done since then it was only 3 short years in the 90s. So I was not fasting back then. I was drinking a lot then. So I'm feeling great. Getting my hydration in and just taking it easy. At least 2 more days, like I said. I'll check in tomorrow. I'll probably make it a quicker one tomorrow because I'm just sitting here for 20 minutes. I'm realizing I don't have quite as much to say when there's no eating and the foundation's been laid. I'm positive the decision's been made. I'm not trying not to eat. I'm doing what I said I'm gonna do, and that's it. I like this one. I thought of when you punch in the directions on like a Google Maps or something. The Google Maps, and you type in where you want to go. The map never asks you where have you been. It just asks you where you are and where you need to go, and it gives you the most direct route there. It never says, well, how did you get to where you are? Because that is irrelevant, right? I mean, obviously, with directions on a map to tell a car where to drive, but it's also in your life. It's irrelevant where you've been. Don't quit being the victim. Your past is gone. You got to get back. You got to get over it. If some man was mistreated you, some woman mistreated you, your parents mistreated you, if you allow that to still affect you 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, I mean, people are playing the victim years and years and years later, just never moving on, letting their next relationship suffer because they're not moved on from the last one, letting their children's relationship suffer because you didn't move on from the way you were treated by your parents, letting the next girlfriend suffer because your ex-wife dumped you, or whatever it is. You got to move on and quit being the victim. Start just being the victor. Use them excuses. Like I said, when you have an excuse to have a cigarette because my kids stress me out, it's like, how about not have a cigarette because you have kids that you want to have a positive influence on? Oh, I'm not going to date this guy because some other guy was mean to me, or I'm not going to date this woman because these other women broke my heart. How about move past that with love and show these people what true love is? And if you gotta compromise, then you're in the wrong relationship. I mean, don't just dive into anything, but we got to learn from the past. We gotta Google Maps this shit and be like, I'm here, I'm going here. And that's what was on my mind today. It wasn't like, what am I not doing? Like, you know what I'm doing? I'm not eating. It's like, no, that's not what I'm doing. I'm improving my health. I even thought of it today. Like, it's so easy to know that I'm improving my health by fasting. It just feels wonderful. Oh, I had some like indigestion coming up, which when I get a little heavier, like I told you, I was this is the heaviest I've been in like 3-4 years. I don't even remember the last time I was 270. I've been like 255 or less and pretty much continuously for the last 3 years. So kind of ballooned up a little bit, but it actually hit me today that I didn't buy any food in the lunchroom and I didn't have to cook food and pack a lunch and, spend money out of the, whatever. I mean, I like to eat good food, steaks and vegetables and fruits and stuff, nuts and berries and melons. It's all the most expensive stuff at the grocery store. You can buy freaking just nasty. It's not even, I mean, them frozen pizzas and the shit that, snack cakes and stuff that's the dirt cheapest food in the grocery store. It's the worst food for you. Which so anyway, it kind of sucks. But you gotta if you're eating right and you're eating the right amount of calories and you're pacing it, you're eating just the meals you should be eating. You're not eating junk food. You can afford it. I mean, if you're eating, you see people on welfare. Not talking shit. Welfare's people need welfare if they need it. It's a great program to help people out. Obviously, it gets abused, but my point of the story is how morbidly obese some people are on that are on welfare. They get all this free food. Well, it's like for me, if I was getting free food, I'd be buying ribeye steaks for every meal. And it's like, how are you fat, man? It's like it costs more money. It costs a lot to eat right. And if I was getting that food for free, man, I would really be wanting to eat right. Because the money would be less of an issue of to buy, healthy food. And it comes with fruits and vegetables, and I'm sure they mostly waste it. But I'm not going to waste my time. Let's make a dot on here. This is where you started. And a straight line is the quickest way to get to the other dot. And this other dot is the end is April 1st. I'm pumped. How about this? Let's have a little if anybody wants to comment on this video and guess, remembering I started at 270 and I'm going to be fasting for 4 days and then eating for 4 days, off and on and off and on until April 1st. I got to look if April 1st was even what day that falls on, but we'll just say we won't matter if it was a fasting day or an eating day. But if you can guess how much I'll weigh, and this, I'm not even going to say it. I'm going to make it till April 1st doing this program. So however much I weigh and whoever guesses the closest wins a $50 Amazon gift card. But you have to comment on this video and just guess, just put April Fools and then the weight you think I'll be. And you have to have your guess in by, let's say by like by tomorrow night. If you have a guess in by tomorrow night, because Friday I'm going to say these weights, so I don't want to give you an idea of the progression. So you got to guess first. So it won't matter if you're over or under. I'll weigh myself down to the 10th of a pound, and then if nobody can guess the same exact pound, like let's say you think I'm gonna get down to 135 pounds, then nobody else can guess 135. They can guess 135.1. So it'd be whoever's the closest. Won't matter if it's over or under. It'll just be if somebody's within 2.7 pounds, and that's the closest, then they win the card. And then I'll just send you a message, and I'll say it on the video whose guess won, and then we'll figure out how to mail it to you or give it to you personally if I know you. So it'll be a little fun thing to do, and then we'll talk about that as we go with the different diets that I'm going to do on the different 4 days. On this one, like I said, I'm just going to eat light, and then I'm gonna eat probably a lot of protein for the Christmas dinner because my sister cooks crazy amounts of food and it's so delicious. I can't pass it all up, but I'll try to stick to the more higher protein foods, and that way your body doesn't break down protein into carbohydrates and sort as fat like it does, pastas and all the all the high carb foods. But she usually has 2, 3, 4. I mean, she's even had 6 different kinds of meat for like Thanksgiving this year. I can't even name them all. It was like, turkey, ham, ribs, steak, chicken wings, meatballs. I mean, and there was like different rolls, snack. It's just so much. My sister should have her own cooking show for real. We might have to get a studio going. Wow. I yacked on for another 8 minutes. We're almost up to a half hour. The 5-minute videos didn't work out because I talked too much. So I'm going to try to cap them at 30 minutes then, because I think that'll be easier to keep them under 30 minutes. I'll try to think of a few more things as far as like what I'm going through, how I feel fasting wise. I know the tension in my neck is greatly reduced, and I don't know if I'm going to credit it to the fasting, but I think it's related to the reducing the caffeine and maybe the nicotine too. Now that I think about it, it probably had something to do with both of those. I might have to do some research on that. But anyway, I could use another chiropractic adjustment on my neck. Oh, which brings up, when you're fasting, if you want to like get massages and like sit in a hot tub for a short amount of time, just like go to a spa and just relax and just chill out, and maybe do like aromatherapy, do like even like light therapy. I've done some like red light therapy recently, where I don't want to pretend to know all about it, but green light, red light, blue light, when you just, light is different. Every color has a different vibration of light that, when you strip down and have the light hit you, different healing effects and supposed benefits for your health and your body. And So I kind of buy into it. You know, after reading the Bible for 20 years and then reading like like what kinds of books have I read about just like biology, like physics books, and understanding, you know, the material that makes up our universe and how everything's broken down into the, you know, the particles and the atoms and the subatomic particles, and then all the way down to the quarks or quarks. How do you say that one? Quark. Um, that those are just vibrations of light. And then, you know, the Bible says, "I am the way, the truth, the light." And God said, "Let there be light." You know, it's very interesting that all of matter is just different vibrations of light. So it wouldn't surprise me if different colors, which are the different vibrations of light hitting your skin, can affect you in a beneficial way, especially like green and blue. I mean, going outside, it's all there is green, you know, trees and blue sky. I'm guessing that that's part of God's plan. That's why it's so good for you to be around green and blue. Which I have this big green outdoor wilderness and blue blankets for that exact reason, because I kind of like the colors. I don't know if I could paint all these walls in this apartment. It's kind of a uppity place. I don't know if they want me to be tearing it up. All right, guys. This is probably one of my boringest videos ever. I might have to start throwing in some more jokes here and there. So, yep. 48 hours in, burning fat, feeling good. Jumped on the scale. I'm losing weight. You know, I'm chugging the water down, so it's not like I'm having weight loss from losing water. Like I said, I drank over 100 ounces, 120 ounces already today, and everything's going good. I'll check in tomorrow. I probably will hit the gym tomorrow, assuming I can get there without the snow slowing me down. So it'll probably be a little bit later for tomorrow's video, but catch up with me when you can. Thank you, guys. God bless you, and good night.